Hello, I'm Dr. Chris Wilson, Associate Director of the School of Journalism and also an Associate Professor of Instruction. I'm starting my 18th year here at UT and now 30 years as a scholar and teacher. But my path is pretty unconventional, and I hope it will inspire you as engineers taking a communication course. I was an award-winning broadcast journalist who worked about every position in television: news director, executive producer, anchor, reporter, sports, and even as a weather anchor, which ended up influencing much of my research path. I earned a master's as a prestigious Kiplinger Fellow at The Ohio State University. The intense one-year program allowed 10 mid-career journalists to develop a reporting specialty. Well, I chose environmental reporting. Unfortunately, that did not exist at the time, so I had to fashion my own degree with many courses coming from geography. And that also helped shape my future academic path. Instead of returning to TV news as a science reporter as I planned, no one was very interested in that beat back then, which remains an ongoing challenge in journalism and in television today. Instead, I ended up in my first faculty position, teaching journalism at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. It was a great gig for a 26-year-old who'd always wanted to see Alaska. And while I was there, two major environmental stories broke: the Exxon Valdez oil spill disaster and the ongoing debate about opening the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, or what is commonly referred to as Anwar, to oil development. I'm going to use Anwar as an example in several of these modules on informing and persuading. I taught at UAF for 2 years and also produced reporting on both of those major stories for the PBS affiliate that got national distribution. The dean at UAF told me how much I was valued and they'd love to keep me, but if I really wanted to be a professor, getting a PhD would be a good idea. Well, that wasn't ever part of one of my plans. And since I already had 2 communication and journalism degrees, I sought out subject expertise instead, and I earned my PhD in geography from the University of Colorado at Boulder. My interdisciplinary work focused on climate change communication and education, and my dissertation was entitled Learning About Global Warming from the Media, and that was 1993. I became a content expert on climate change, a degreed climatologist with professional journalism experience. Pretty unusual. I had a very supportive graduate advisor who realized there was a dearth of research looking at how people learned about science and environmental issues, especially from mass media. But not everyone was enthused about this unusual degree combination. The good news is that this unique background has allowed me to work with both journalists to improve their science reporting and with scientists to improve their interaction and communication with the media. In 2011, I was elected as a fellow to the Association for the Advancement of Science for, quote, my pioneering research on television weathercasters, which we'll talk quite a bit about in these modules, and for educating future science communicators. It's been deeply rewarding work over the past 30 years, and I'm thrilled to contribute to this new exciting course. It's evidence that more opportunities and more respect are being given to interdisciplinary research.